Hello everyone and welcome to another First Steps video. And today we're going to be talking about roughing in the shorthand. So this feels like a lot of technical jargon. Remember that roughing is a complete synonym for trumping. So if you don't have a card in the suit, you play a trump on it to win the trick, and that's roughing. So don't be frightened by that word. You'll hear it thrown around a lot. Bridge players love using this word. You'll hear it everywhere and it'll seem completely normal once you get used to it. The shorthand is all about which hand you're using as the base hand. So usually remember when you're counting your losers, the long hand is the base hand. So that means that the hand with the longer trumps is the one that you count your losers from. And the other hand is the shorthand. And usually you find that the shorthand is dummy, but it's not always the case. It depends on the auction. Okay, so let's clarify things by playing a hand together. So here is the hand. The bidding looks a little bit complicated. A lot of the continuations of things we haven't yet covered. And, well, they're not in the bidding course for the First Steps course. So our partner has opened a diamond and we bid a spade because that was our longest suit. Partner with 2 diamonds, because they only have diamonds, they just have 6 diamonds and they have a minimum hand. But we've decided that even if partner does have a minimum hand, then we'd be quite interested in playing in a game. So we make another bid and show our 6-card spade suit, at which point partner says, okay, I'm interested. Where are you in your range? And we decide to be a little bit optimistic and we bid 4 spades. So we're somewhere in the middle and we take an optimistic view. The lead is the Jack of Hearts, and this is the dummy we're presented with. So it looks like there's some sort of sequence in West, probably Jack 10, but it could be Jack 10, 9. And we know that East has the Queen of Hearts. Well, we know that we are supposed to be drawing trumps because we don't want these lovely heart tricks or any diamond tricks that we make to get trumped by the opponents. So we win the trick. And remembering previous lessons, we think, aha, this is a top of the short situation because we have equal honors. We have ace, king, queen, jack 10, but they're split between the 2 hands. So we have to make sure we play the king of spades first. As we're drawing trumps, remember, keeping track of what's going. So out of the 4 trumps that the opponents had to start with, we've seen 2, so there are only 2 left. We play jack, also top of the short. Only 1 is gone, so there's 1 left. And now we play another trump. And it's gone. Brilliant. Okay. So it looks like diamonds would be a good suit to work on. So we try playing a diamond up towards the strength because we're thinking about positional plays, and we try an honor just in case. Not to be. However, if they play the ace now, we'll be very happy. But they don't. They play another heart. So you might think it's brave of East to play the queen when the jack is gone, but remember they know that their partner has the 10. So they know this is safe. We win. And now, I mean, we've got some nice diamonds, but we can't really get there. So maybe we should try playing a club and hope that they duck, or maybe hope that they give us another club trick. No luck, the ace popped up. What if they play a low club now? That would, away from the queen, that would be good. Or maybe if they cash the queen, it's not looking great, actually. So, they cashed their heart winner. I was hoping they'd forgotten about that. Now they play another heart. They're not playing clubs for me. So I'm going to trump that or rough it because we're getting used to these new terms. And now, I suppose if I play a low club, although I can't afford to lose any more tricks, that looks extremely unlikely now. So if I play a low club and someone has singleton queen, then my jack will become a winner, so I'll try that. No luck. Very clever, West. They took their queen as well, and we just get the last two tricks. Well, that didn't go to plan. We thought we were doing very nicely, but there were a couple of things we forgot to do. And the most important one was counting our losers at the beginning of the hand. We auto-played from the dummy, didn't we? That's not a good idea. Okay, so let's try improving on that. They lead the jack of hearts. So now if we want to count our losers, we're going to use the south hand as the base hand because that's got the longer trumps. And that means we can say, North, I nominate you shorthand. You are the short trump hand. And I am the long trump hand, and therefore I am the base hand. Okay, so in trumps, we don't have any losers, all the top cards. In hearts, we have 3 cards in hearts, but we only have 2 top hearts. So one of those is a loser. We have 1 card in diamonds, and we're missing the top one. So that's 2 losers overall. And in clubs, we've got 3 cards in our hand. But imagine that we play the king first, which we're going to have to do. It will be beaten by the ace. And then we try playing the jack, which will lose to the queen. And then the 5 could lose to pretty much anything. So actually, we've got 3 club losers in our hand. So not looking great. We've got 5 losers. And if you remember on the previous rendition of this, we went 2 down. So we did actually lose our 5 losers, which seems to imply that we didn't do anything clever. So we're going to fix that now. Okay, so with this jack of hearts, what does that mean? We know that the jack is showing the 10, and we know that East has the queen. So probably we're not going to be able to do anything clever in hearts. We know that in diamonds we're missing the ace, and it doesn't really matter how we cut it. We might lose to the king instead, but either way, we're always going to be destined to lose this diamond trick whenever the opponents decide to take it. So we can't do anything clever about those. In clubs, it's a similar kind of situation that they're always going to be able to squash our king because they can see that it's singleton in the dummy. But one thing we haven't taken notice of is the fact that we have these lovely trumps in the dummy, and we have a singleton club. So what we want to do is plan to, yes, lose the first club trick, but then ruff 2 of our other 2 clubs in the shorthand, the dummy. So we win the trick, and rather than drawing trumps straight away, we play a club. They win. That's fine. We're allowed to lose a club trick. We just can't lose 3 of them. They play another heart. So now we are pretty sure that West had jack 10, 9, because they led the jack, promising the 10, and now we've seen the 9. Ooh, queen pops up. So we win. What do we do now? We start working on these clubs. So we play a small club, and we trump, and we can trump with a high one, or ruff with a high one, because remember, we've got the ace, queen, and 10 in our hand. Okay, everyone followed anyway. Now we're going to need to find a very clever way to get back to our hand. What can we do? We can play another trump. So we are actually drawing 1 round of trumps, which is fine. We only need 1 in the dummy because we've only got 1 club loser to ruff. And now we don't draw another one. We play a club again. We ruff it with our king. Has everyone been keeping track of the trumps? So the opponents had 4 to start with. We've had 1 round that everybody followed to, which is 2 so far. So there are 2 left. Now it doesn't really matter what we do. We might try to force out a high diamond so that we can trump a diamond to our hand. Ah, a club. Very clever. Have to trump it low. That worked out. And now we can play the queen. And there's one left, so we play the 10. And now we have 2 trumps to win and a heart to lose. So we could actually claim 2 tricks. But if we play it out, you'll see that it amounts to the same thing. Okay, great. So this time we made our contract. So the difference here was that before we drew trumps, we decided to ruff our clubs in the dummy. Now, don't be tempted to try ruffing your diamonds in your hand. I mean, on some layouts, it might be nice to establish some tricks there, but it's much simpler to just ruff the clubs, and it doesn't require any particular layout of the clubs either, so it's much safer. This is one that everybody universally finds difficult. People love ruffing in the long hand. I'm going to tell you now it's banned. Don't do it. It doesn't make a difference. Remember, the long hand is the base hand. So if you only have a singleton in the suit, you're assuming that you don't have losers in that suit outside the singleton anyway. So ruffing that suit is not going to make a difference to the number of losers that you have. You want to be ruffing the losers that you have in the base hand with the shorter trumps in the dummy. And then you can always draw trumps with the longer trumps later. So it might feel like a backwards way to think, but try to get used to this if you can, because it's so useful as a technique in trump contracts. Okay, thank you very much. That's the last technique that I'm going to be showing you. In the next lesson, I'm going to be talking through a summary, and we'll try to do a hand where we have to combine a bunch of things that we've learned in this course. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't be afraid to watch the replay if you found this difficult. Lots of people do. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a nice day. Bye.